welcome back to another Q&A video. It is I, Renata from Nourish with Renata, your intuitive nutrition coach, and I'm here with the incredible Mack. What's going on, Mack?
Hello. Like she said, I'm Coach Mack, the founding health coach of Running with Bacon, where I help women become their strongest and fittest selves one small step at a time.
Yes. And what's really cool today is we have a very special guest, and her name is Mary Hopper. Hi, Mary. Oh my gosh, and she has amazing dance moves. Guys, this has actually turned into a dance class. So get ready to move your buns.
Let's
Just
do
kidding.
it.
Yeah. Mary, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yep. I am Mary Hopper. I'm a professional dancer and I'm just kidding. I am an author of a book called Lighten Up Your Life. I have book number 2 coming out in the fall here. Yay. And I also am a retreat host. I host a retreat called the Slow Down Retreat. And I encourage women to slow down, live with intention, and really just put themselves first so they can live their best lives.
I love it. Such a powerful mission in this world. And so today's question is especially for Mary because she has been on quite a journey over the past year plus. And so I'm very curious to hear your process, your journey. So the question is, after you've experienced grief, how do you go back into self-care and looking after yourself and being healthy?
Yeah, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. And so that, if anybody is watching that is fresh, the grief is fresh or raw, just know that it does take a lot of time. However, I knew so my mom passed away in October of 2020. Yep. So it'll be 3 years in October. And after she passed, I had a 10-month-old and a 3-year-old, and my mom had cancer. So it was a 2-year battle with cancer that I was caring for her. And so I lost myself. I was just surviving. I was taking care of my infant and my mom and my family and running 2 to 3 businesses and doing all the things. And I just knew that after she passed, I knew I had to change, but I knew I couldn't change overnight. And I knew it wouldn't happen on my own. And so those 2 things, I decided to give myself grace and give myself time. So I did quit I gave myself a lot of space and time. I quit a lot of the things I had been doing. And I call it my sabbatical. I took some time off from everything. My family and I spent a month in Gulf Shores. We really took time and the time and space that we needed to heal. And then the second part of that is I asked for help because I knew I needed help and I needed the support and the friendship. And that's where you 2 come in because I asked both of you for help. I got fitness advice and mentorship and coaching and all the things from Mackenzie and Renata, the nutrition piece. They just kind of clicked together as I was on this journey, and they did click together. All of the things I learned from both of you and my own healing with my writing and all of the journaling and introspection that I've done over the years has just brought me here. So it takes time and ask for help. Those are my two pieces of advice that I would give somebody.
I love it. I think that's very helpful for so many because oftentimes with the journey of grief, we think it needs to be done with by a certain time or it needs to look a certain way. And I want to point out that everyone's journey is totally personalized, totally unique.
Yes.
So whether it is really fresh or whether it's been a while and feelings are popping up, it's important to have that awareness and to really acknowledge those feelings fully before you can really move forward into like these next steps. And for everyone, it's going to look different. For some people, it will look like fitness and nutrition. For others, it will look like looking after your mindset first, talking about it with others, being able to share what's going on within. And so I really commend you, Mary, for asking for help, because that can oftentimes be the toughest thing to do.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
have a question for you, and I don't know if you can answer it in black and white terms, but has there been a time, and at what point was that, if it's happened already, that you were able to say, I'm doing it? Like, I feel like I'm back to me, like not pre-grief me, but new me with this grief.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Was there a certain point, or did it just take the time that then you reflected and said, I think I'm good now?
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends on the day and where I'm at in my cycle, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pinpoint an exact time, but I do have to say, for the past almost 3 years, I have been committed and diligent to working through some of the feelings and through prioritizing myself. I think I can't remember the exact time, but I think when I finally decided I'm the most important thing in my life, that was what clicked for me. And I let go of the view or the conditioning that's a selfish thought to have, because I was not modeled that. I didn't see that in other women in my life. And so when I decided to commit to me and my own healing, despite what was happening around me, that was the moment that things shifted for me, because then I became my own priority, and I'm the only one that can take care of me in the way that I can. So I think that would be the moment. I'm not exactly sure when that was, but I could probably go back on Instagram and look for it.
Well, I think that you bring up a really excellent point. And Mary, because we all know you well, I think that what might be helpful for most people is to remember that we're not trying to get to a somewhere. Like, we're not trying to get to the peak of this mountain and be like, I did it, guys. I have no more grief and I have abundance of self-care. Right? It's really that mountain with no top. And sometimes we get so consumed with looking a particular way or being a certain size, or not feeling sadness anymore, that we forget it's actually not about the destination.
Yeah.
It's about the daily practice. It's about the journey. It's about falling in love with what is right now and shifting that perspective every single time. So it's that practice. It's that continual decision and commitment, another word that we love, to remind yourself, this is what I'm doing for me. And when you keep doing that, it becomes more automatic. And so what I love about this share is, it's not necessarily about a time or a place when you realize, like, I'm doing it. It's really about recognizing, hey, I get to choose this every day.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Mary, before we wrap this up, can you share a little bit about, you said you didn't have the women in your life who modeled that. And we know that you are in the midst of your second book, and would love for you to share how this book is going to change that for your family tree. And you are going to be that woman for your daughter and your nieces, nephews, cousins, all of those things. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. This book is written for my children, and it's what I've figured out so far in my 40 years of life. And it's the lessons I've learned, the struggles I've had. This is the most vulnerable I've ever been in my writing. And I think that will pay off with the connection that people will have to the stories that I'm telling in this book. It's just what I want. What I wish my mom had written down for me. So a lot of it is things that I learned from her, both in things that I want to continue to teach my kids and the things that I would like to change for the future. So it's a really great way for me to process our relationship, my mom and my relationship as it was and as it is now. So it's been a really beautiful and surprising in a way, like that this is how I'm processing this relationship. So, and the relationship continues. Like, she's not here physically, but everything. I am who I am because of her. I came from her, and she taught me so much. And this is my way of honoring that and choosing different in some areas. So.
Oh, good.
I feel like she'd be proud.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, make sure to sign up for Mary's email list if you would like to find out more information about when this new book comes out. And you can also get her previous book. So we'll put all those links in the description box below, which will be very exciting. Thank you so much, Mary, for
Thanks
joining
for having
us.
me.
Yay. We'll see you in the next video, guys.